Alright y'all, James Reid back with another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make chicken stock on your Solo Stove Campfire or just on your stove in your apartment. This will work either way. So I've got my Solo Stove loaded with various hardwood sticks. The wood's a little damp, it might get some smoke until the fire gets going well. Yeah, I've got a bowl of chicken parts in the back. And yeah, we're gonna get this fire started. I got these homemade fire starters. They're cotton balls loaded with Vaseline. It's a very windy day. I'm sure you can hear that tarp whipping in the wind. It's a cold, windy day here in South Louisiana. It's about 45 degrees and we got 20-mile-an-hour gusts. Okay, the fire's going. The fire starters are going anyway. Gonna add the pot rest. Yeah, chicken stock. It's a basic cooking ingredient and technique. We eat a lot of chicken thighs around here, so as I'm prepping chicken thighs, I debone them and I save all the thigh bones in the freezer until I have enough to make a good batch of chicken stock. Yeah, those fire starters are going well. If you want to know how to make the fire starters, I will link a video in the description that I made. And super cheap and easy. You don't got to spend a lot of money to start a fire. Alright y'all, I'm gonna cut away as that fire gets started. The homemade fire starters are rolling. It's going to take a couple minutes for the good ignition to start, so I'm just going to pause and I'll get back to you. James J. Reid. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next clip. Alright y'all, we're back. The fire's going. Got a little bit of secondary combustion happening. The fire starters are still going. But the lumber's starting to ignite as well. I've got about 3 quarts of cold water here. And it's important to start with cold water. The first step of this recipe is blanching. Yeah, we're gonna blanch the chicken parts in the water. We're gonna add the chicken parts to the cold water, and we're gonna bring it up to a boil. And once it comes to a boil, we're gonna drain off this water, and then put the chicken parts in some new cold water. Got a pound and a half of chicken feet here, also about a pound and a half of chicken thigh bones. And when I'm trimming the chicken thighs, I intentionally leave the bones a little meaty so that the chicken meat will flavor the broth. And the chicken feet have a high gelatin content, they'll lend a lot of gelatin to your stock, which is important for body. All right. So going to start the stopwatch now as well. From James J. Reid, we're making chicken stock today. This is a basic cooking technique. We got about 3 liters of water in there and about 3 pounds of chicken parts. And we're going to bring that up to a boil. Then we're going to drain off that water and put the chicken parts back in the pot and some new cold water. This is how you make chicken soup, chicken stock. Really flavorful broth we're going to make. Okay, I'm going to cut away and let that come up to a boil. It's going to take a little time. It's cold out here. Alright, James J. Reid, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next clip. Alright, y'all, we're back. We're at the 10.5 minute mark. We're blanching the chicken parts here for chicken stock. We're at 125 degrees. We're just bringing this up to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we're gonna put it in remove the chicken parts and put them in a pot of fresh water, and then bring them up to a simmer and make the stock. Slowly boil those chicken parts for around an hour. It's a windy, cold day here in South Louisiana. James J. Reid. The wood's popping. It's a little bit wet. Been raining the last couple days. This blanching process helps remove a lot of the impurities from the chicken parts. It'll lend us to a much cleaner tasting and cleaner looking stock for the end product. Added a little more fuel. Used up some. Alright, I'm going to cut away. I'll catch you in the next clip. Peace. We're making chicken stock. Alright, y'all, we're back. We just crossed the 21-minute mark. We've got a good sized scum coming to the top of this pot. We're actually going to start boiling over. I'm going to take the pot off. This is right where we want it, actually, so carefully lifting that pot off. I'm going to set it down here. I'm gonna move the stove out of the way for now. Okay. There's a new table and I see it's going to create a problem with the Solo stove being on the stainless steel table. So I gotta, yeah, that's gonna work out. So, okay, we're gonna remove the chicken from this funky water and put it in a pot of fresh, clean, cold water. Let's see if we're in frame. Yeah. No, that scum that's in that water here will not be in our stock. It's a good thing. It's pretty good. So we're gonna try. I'm not too worried if some of it winds up in the new pot. We are gonna still skim the top of our stock as we cook it, but this process releases quite a bit of the stuff you don't want in your stock. Once again, that's about 3 pounds of chicken parts, a lot of meaty thigh bones, and a pound and a half of chicken feet, which aren't always available. Just use 3 pounds of any chicken parts you want. So you can buy just use drumsticks, they're cheap. It's important that you start from cold water too. These coming from this hot pot and going into this cold water. Ambient temperature today is 47 degrees Fahrenheit. That's it, that's all of it. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to wipe up our mess. Move the stove back over here. Gonna add some more fuel to the stove while I have the opening available. Gone through most of that first loading of fuel. While I got it open here, I'm gonna add some more. Wood. also going to add this important piece of gear. It's a simmer plate. Yeah. And we got a new load of wood. We're at the 27-minute mark. The temperature of the pot of chicken bones here is 89 degrees. The simmer plate is going to keep the aggressive flame of the Solo Stove from boiling this pot too much. Okay, that's 4 liters of cold water, 3 pounds of blanched chicken parts. We're making chicken stock, y'all. Some people call it bone broth. It's just chicken stock, y'all. That's all it ever was. We're at the 28-minute mark. The water in the pot is at roughly 90 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to cut away and let that stove and pot do its thing. We'll come back and check it in another 10 minutes or so and see what's going on. We're going to want to skim the scum off of that pot. Skim the scum. James J. Reid, scum skimming in South Louisiana. Peace. Catch you in the next clip. Alright, y'all, we're out here checking on the chicken stock. We just crossed the 38-minute mark. Take the temperature. Got a little motion on the surface. It's almost at a simmer. About 126 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to go ahead and start skimming some of the stuff off the top of the stock. Definitely want to get as much of that stuff off of there as possible. If you don't get it off, it will make your stock cloudy, and your stock not taste as good as it could. Doesn't take much effort. You just got to do this for the first little while. Then after a certain point, you'll be done doing it. And you can just let the stock roll. Okay, we're at the 40-minute mark. Going just fine. I think I'll add a little bit of fuel. Alright, James J. Reid, making chicken stock on the Solo Stove today. Cool and windy day here in New Orleans, South Louisiana. I'll catch you in the next clip. Peace. Alright, we're back. We're basically at the 1 hour mark. I almost ran out of fuel. Add a little bit of fuel before we start skimming. It's time to skim the stock again. You might be thinking, where are the aromatic vegetables, James Reid? And I say, it's better to put them in later, where you retain some of their fresh flavor instead of cooking all that out of them. Okay, there's not much scum coming off of these. Most of it came out in the blanch. Need to get some more fuel to this fire though. It is a very windy, cold day here in South Louisiana. We're making chicken stock on the Solo Stove Campfire. Yeah, the wind's really blowing. We just crossed the 1 hour mark. We're at 154 degrees. That's what you want. You want to bring the heat up slowly in this dish. That's the technique. The slower you can make the stock, the slower you can bring it up to a simmer, and the goal is to not take it to a full boil either. Just to maintain a simmer for as long as you can. Yeah, I could fit some more. Nice big chunk there. Another one, not as big as the last one, but that's about all I can get in there. You need a poker when you're working with a wood stove. I use an old fishing rod holder. Gonna grab a towel and clean up this work surface. Alright, we're making chicken stock today on the Solo Stove Campfire. We're at the 1 hour 5 minute mark. We're almost to a simmer. A little later we're going to add vegetables. I think 2 hours is about what this recipe is going to take. We're going to yield 3.5, 4 liters of chicken stock. Alright, James J. Reid. I'm going to cut away. Come back a little later. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next clip. Alright, we're coming up on the 1 hour 20 minute mark. There's some foam along the top. We're not quite at a simmer yet. Can you see that? Oh, I can't really see it. Anyway, I'm going to skim the top of this stock, getting that little layer of scum off. This is the important part. You got to pay attention to your stocks. Alright. Alright, we're making chicken stock on the Solo Stove Campfire today. We're losing our daylight. I got some lights set up. We'll be able to carry on. 1 hour and 20 minutes into making chicken stock. Gonna add some more fuel to the fire. Take my poker, move the fuel around. First stuff I like to add is a little bit of smaller, easily combustible material. It's a little bit damp. Rained last night. Keep it partially covered, but it still gets damp. Some more lighter material. Give it a few seconds to get going and ignite before I add the heavier material. This simmer plate really helps with achieving a simmer in the Solo Stove. Alright, that lighter material is in there. It's starting to ignite. We got a good secondary burn. I'm going to go ahead and add some heavier fuel. Toss those in there. Use my poker to stir them around and get them settled in so I can fit more. I found a good chunk. You're going in there. It's going to take a while to ignite, but there's already a good burn going on. Choked it out a little. Hope it don't die. Nah, it ain't gonna die. Alright, 1 hour 23 minutes into making chicken stock. Last time I said I think this might take 2 hours. It might take 2.5 hours. Either way, my videos tend to be about 40 minutes long, whatever. Alright, chicken stock. It's a basic cooking fundamental. I'm going to cut away now, let that fire take care of business. Come back in a few minutes and take some more scum off the top. And add some more fuel to the fire. Super windy day here in South Louisiana. 20-mile-an-hour gusts, 47 degrees. James J. Reid. Like, share, subscribe. Alright, we're back, y'all. We're at the hour 35-minute mark. First thing I want to do is add just a little bit of fuel so that I can get going while I start to skim some of the skim the top of this stock. Alright, we're at a solid simmer, which I like about this setup. Good simmer. Just under a simmer, really, just hot. Taking the scum off, also the fat as it releases. All right. Poke that fuel down. Add some lighter, smaller pieces. Good sized chunk there. Coming up on the hour 40-minute mark. Making chicken stock on the Solo Stove Campfire. Trying to get a good load of fuel in there. It's going to take us a little while longer to get this chicken stock done. Yeah. Another 20 minutes before I add the vegetables at least. Alright, chicken stock on the Solo Stove Campfire. James J. Reid. Like, share, subscribe. It's a windy day here in South Louisiana. $47-45 degrees maybe. 20-mile-an-hour gust. I'm out here on the back porch making chicken soup. That must be crazy. Alright, we got a new load of fuel. We're at the 1 hour and 40-minute mark. I'll be back in 15-20 minutes. Peace. Catch you in the next clip. Alright, we have just crossed the 2 hour mark and we have almost lost our flame. What shall we do? First thing I do is going to add a little bit of fuel, get that flame back up. Next thing I'm going to do is skim the fat off the top of this. The fat and the foam. And we're going to poke that down. We'll try to get one of those chicken feet out of there and see how tender it is. Very tender. Still got some more time. I'm going to add about 2 cups of water, maybe you might call it half a liter. And I got to add some more fuel to the stove. Combination of some lighter and some heavier material. Alright, that's about as much. That's about as much fuel as I can keep in there. Whoa! That wind is really blowing, y'all. Wow. Skim that surface one more time. Alright, I'm going to cut away, let that fuel burn for a little while. Probably in about 15 more minutes, we'll add the vegetables, the aromatic vegetables. We're making chicken stock on the Solo Stove Campfire on a windy December night in New Orleans. Peace out, y'all. I'll catch you in the next clip. Alright, y'all, we're back. Chicken stock on the Solo Stove Campfire. I'm going to give it a little skim across the top. It's time to add the vegetables. First, we're going to add just a little bit of fuel. Get the fire going strong again. We are at the 2-hour and 40-minute mark. And it's time to add the aromatic vegetables. We've got some celery leaves and a little bit of celery. We've got a whole onion peeled and cut into halves. Half a carrot peeled. Some parsley stems. 1 clove garlic. Few bay leaves, 6 peppercorns, wipe our mess up. Alright, the aromatic vegetables go in towards the end so that we can kind of maintain some fresh flavor. But we're going to do one more stove load of fuel, maybe 2, but I think it'd just be 1. Alright, adding fuel. It smells really good, y'all. Really good. Still adding some fuel. full. Yeah, that's full. Gonna give it another skim. We're gonna let that cook another 20 or 30 minutes. We're cooking chicken stock on the Solo Stove Campfire on a windy night here in South Louisiana. James J. Reid. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next clip. Peace. Alright, y'all, we just crossed the 3-hour mark. It's got to go another half hour, so I'm going to give it another load of fuel. Skimming the top here. It's 42 degrees out here, South Louisiana, New Orleans. Give those vegetables another half hour to cook. We're making chicken stock on the Solo Stove Campfire. It's a very long fire recipe. We're going over 3 hours now. It's a very windy December night. Gust of 20 miles an hour. I got a tarp over my head. You can probably hear it whipping around. Alright, that's about as much fuel as I can get in there. Alright, we crossed the 3-hour mark. I'm making chicken stock. We probably got another half hour to go. I'm James J. Reid. I'm going to cut away. I'll catch you in the next clip. We're going to let this stove do its trick. Peace out. And we're back. We're at roughly the 3-hour and 40-minute mark. The fire is almost burnt out. We're going to carefully remove this pot from the stove. We got 2 kitchen towels. I'm going to grab it by the rim. We're going to sit it here. We're going to move that over out of the way. Oops, loud sounds. That smells amazing, y'all. I'm gonna try to take you in for a closer look. Can't really get the camera. There we go. Steamy chicken stock. Roughly 3.5 hours. I'm going to let it cool for a little bit, and then I'm going to strain it. Show you how to do that. Peace. I'll catch you in the next clip. Alright, y'all, we're back. This pot has cooled a bit, and it's time to drain the stock. We're using a fine mesh, double mesh stainless steel xinhua strainer. And we're just gonna pour it all in there like that. There we have it, beautiful golden chicken stock. And that's it. That's how you make chicken stock, Solo Stove Campfire. Peace out.